Okay, I'm Dean Pattrick, part of the music team, welcoming you all to NokiaWorld 2011. I'd like to spend a few moments just actually going through the Nokia Music app. Stop me at any time, let's not wait to the end to do the questions. Okay, so I'm going to reflect a bit on what Nokia have done with music in the past, because we've had our successes and also not so successful events. How we came to derive this, and just a look to the future. So what we've got here, first of all, we're on the Windows operating system, completely different than Mr. Symbian Bell and Mrs. Migo. I'd like to refer to those a bit later. So what have we got here? First of all, just a walk through the design. So very nice panorama Metro UI. The benefit to the Metro UI is if you go into the People Hub, it actually collects a lot more than just one app. You know, the app Android, Twitter, in and out of apps, therefore multitasking. But let's see what we've done here. So for the titles here, we've got My Music, the music that I can synchronize, I can transfer from my PC. Mix Radio, our key proposition I'll come back to. MP3 Store, which we've got an MP3 store in 38 territories and have been relatively successful. Gigs Finder was launched last year, that's now integrated, and then we've got the settings. Okay, so you can reach each of these through the glorious UI, or you can drill a bit deeper. So let's go on to Mix Radio, as that's the most exciting. Now, with typical streaming internet radio providers, you normally have genres, genre-based, which is cool. If you've only got 5 skips an hour, then that's going to be pretty limited, ending up in a bit of a bad, like used story. So what we've got here, we've got all the genres. If we click into pop, then we've gone down to a sub-genre. And obviously this is going to be dependent. So I've got new pop, pop in the last year, listeners' favourite pop, 90s, party times, 80s, 90s. So there's a huge opportunity in each of these genres to dig deeper. If it's digging deeper, it's focusing on the music that you like best. But it's not just the music that you want. I want this, this and this, I listen to this, this and this. It's the discovery vehicle. Now, we're bombarded with music, all of us, but then how do we discover and discover and enjoy the new music? And I'll come back to a couple of case examples. Now, this is streaming. I can click on this and I can start to listen to one of the streams. The streams typically hold anywhere between 3 and 3.5 hours of music, 32 kilobits at EAC+, so very tight encoding, also operator friendly. The key differentiator here, if I do a long hold, I get 2 options. I can pin to start, so the start menu, so I'm 1 click away from my favourite channel, or I can make available offline. So this is the differentiator. Nobody in the world is doing this at the moment. So a great example is if I lose Wi-Fi now, my demo still progresses, because if I just jump out of the mix radio to the genre level, if I scroll across offline radio, I've actually got 2 channels. I can have up to a maximum of 4 channels. So let's say 3 hours of pop, that's 12 hours of offline. So when you're flying in the plane, I can zoom into indie electronica or 2011 dance. So 2 of my favourites. Wi-Fi drops now, we've got 6 hours of party music, a couple of lights, and we could really get going. So a key differentiator for us. It doesn't stop there. So we've got the discovery vehicle, online discovery vehicle offline. Then we can move on to create. We can actually have up to 4 different artists that you can define here. I've got U2 and Madonna. Click on play and it's going to go away and actually then create a playlist based on these 2 artists. Now within the first 5 or 6 tracks, Madonna and U2 will play, and then the rest is music similar to that. Last but not least, and I haven't actually got this here, is personalised. So on your PC, type in the URL, it scans all the music on your PC and then presents back to you. It divvies up the 3 main genres, and then you can stream the music that you've got already scrobbled on your PC. So that's really expanding mixed radio. It's the streaming radio, it's the offline caching, creating, and also the personalised. When we are playing one of the streaming radios, there's a little down arrow and you can download. So that's leveraging our MP3 store. So we're not pushing people as in previous years, go to stores, sign up, register your credit card, give us money, download tracks. With the mixed radio, it's out of the box, it's immediate gratification, no subscription, no account creation. If you do download, then the account creation would be there. That would be a credit card or a voucher, depending on the types of territories. Now let's go into Gig. So Gig Finder, and this is now integrated. So we have an enormous amount of gigs on offer as we're here in sunny London. So Dragster, Solo Future Proof, Ryan Adams, Rat Pack, Britney Spears. Okay, so Britney's going to be playing. So immediately it's got the who, where, when. I've got a number, I can click on that and phone up the O2 Arena. More importantly, I've got the tickets. So I've got the primary and secondary, so the after sales tickets. So I've got Star Green for £55. I've got Get Me In for £770. Obviously, I'm presuming that's the VIP meet and greet as well. So, and again, we're just acting as an aggregator here to enable you to get the tickets. Okay, back to details. I can pin this to start with the home tile menu. I can share to all my friends. Or if I click on this little tab here, what's going to happen is going to open, you can see that, it opens the OV map. Opens Nokia Maps. Yeah, thank you very much. You'll have to edit that one out. I'm still on my personal journey of rebranding. So we've opened Nokia Maps, and there we are. So then I can use the drive-by-drive turn, how to get me there, walk there, etc., etc. So very nice integration of two services there. Okay, that's the radio story. Any questions before I move on to there? Because I don't want this to be a one-way thing. I'd like now to hear your feedback, comments. Is this good? Is this bad? Indifferent? How does this differentiate?
What sort of bit rate is the offline stuff?
32 kilobits, and that's at the EAC Plus, so it's quite rich. But that's the offline and online as well.
When is this going to be pushed out? Because we've got these devices, but they don't have the offline stuff on it. Is it going to be rolled out later? Or?
Oh, can I just have a look at that, please?
Even mine doesn't.
Oh, sorry, it's not.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is one of the seeding devices.
Yeah, I've got that already. But doesn't have the offline service. One moment.
Oh, right. Okay, I know what's going on here. So let me just.
1 moment. You can check it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just signed in with my account.
But it'll be. My point is, it's going to be there at release when these are released.
Yeah.
I think which you said.
Yeah, okay,
it's available offline.
Yeah. So a couple of things here. So immediately. On my one says settings and your one says my account. So I know that was the working client. I'd like to tell a little story as well. The dev team that work on this works in Agile. So every night we get a nightly bill. So every night we have a working, at the end of every sprint we have software that can go and then can go to market. Now what's actually happened, I've got settings and you've got my account. So I got the Saturday morning NokiaWorld version. You have got the image. This could be, actually I'll tell you what image you've got. I can actually tell you to, yeah, so you've signed in. Yeah, about, so if you click on about, so you've got the 739. This was a week ago, a week and a half ago's version. So that at that stage, we had a working client, but we didn't bring all the branches together. So what we do in Agile, you work in Agile, so we've got all these different branches. It was only on the Saturday morning when all these branches came together for the full feature. I didn't really, so the people who got, they obviously asked, let's have the 739, and that's what you've got. So that wasn't part of the demo.
But it's going to be there on launch.
Yeah. So that was an image captured for you, and someone actually took the wrong build, which is slightly unfortunate.
She's working.
You got streaming, but you haven't got offline.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't got offline.
Yeah, so you've just got listen, so you haven't got offline credits.
When I'm trying to purchase, it's just asking money, even the mixed radio. It was asking me to buy some credit.
That's because you're going to the buy option rather than the offline.
No. I just went to the mixed radio. I streamed the track. And I just hit the download button.
No, it's not a download button. Yeah, that's the point. We don't have
that's the buy. So
the streaming stuff's free?
Screaming? Freudian slip. Streaming is free out the box, self-gratification of music. And the 3 buttons, it's download, which is asking you for money because your account hasn't got any money, pause or skip.
That's the icon for download offline. So
no, you download it offline.
Because I was trying to get the menu.
Yeah.
The drop
So what was that? That was that download button takes you into the MP3 store for a purchase. It's the long hold offline.
That didn't appear on my phone.
Which you don't have. Unfortunately, I can't give you that as well. That order.
Sure.
I can't give you that as well. So yeah, that is unfortunate. So just to go through, so the way I would do the offline, let's go into rock, or indie, or dance. Let's go into dance. Right, okay, this is Tombstone, so that then cuts off the Wi-Fi. It would be a long hold, and I get pin to start or go to offline. So your download was the actual download of a track instead of making offline. Okay, let's take some more questions.
When you make offline, do you then have to wait for the stuff to download?
Yeah, so this is, we'd love to do it in more than 32 kilobits. But first of all, we need to think of the operators and the impact there, and we also need to think of what is your user experience. We want to give you 3 hours of music, but you want WiMAXed instantaneous 5 seconds. So there is a compromise, and the compromise which is good for us, EAC Plus is good for you, it's good for the operators. 32K, 3 hours of music takes, on a good Wi-Fi connection, less than 4 minutes. So you can't even make a cup of tea in that. 3 hours of music making a cup of tea. So when you're in that rich Wi-Fi experience, download 1, download 2, download 3. These last for a month, and then you'll have an automatic pop-up refresh. Now, a lot of the questions is, well, who makes these playlists? How often are they refreshed? So at the moment, we've got so much data from having a store for 4 years in 38 territories. It's quite easy for us to pull this information together with new releases. We know what people like from the 80s, so historical. The 80s is never going to change. No one's going to, Duran Duran mad. You say we're big, they're going to be big. Everyone goes back to the 80s to listen to them. So then how to factor in the new to make sure the new music is still discoverable. So then obviously we're working with the labels to see what is coming through, see what the immediate downloads are, see what people are listening to, see what people are liking to make them. But that's good for the UK, but how do we make sure in all the different territories? Well, because we had 38 territories, we've got local artists. We signed up all the local indies, which was our strategy 4 years ago, which is now serving us in a very powerful way. We've got the local indies already signed up. We can get, so when it's like greatest local indies, we know what's happening. When it comes to being global nomads, I saw you had the Bollywood thing here.
Yeah.
So
Next question will be related to that thing.
So I'm a global nomad, I'm British, I live in Finland. Now I don't want to listen to Suomi Pop 70s, Suomi Pop 80s, Suomi Pop 90s. And with the global nomads, people don't live and work, and they migrate to different places. And we need to be sensitive and present those. Well, these are just playlists. We can factor in as many channels, and one of the ones there is specialised, so we can have like Zumba or flamenco, but we can't just do flamenco in Spain. We need to see where people are downloading flamenco tracks. But this is easy, we've got the tools, we get all this analytical data from our users, and so therefore it's very easy to then populate. So for us this is easy, but what we don't want to do is press the button and just rely on automation. I think that's the kiss of death when you lose that personalised touch.
So I'm gonna ask. So you have integrated mixed radio with Nokia Music on Windows phones, okay? So can I presume that this is synonymous with what you have on the Symbian devices? That's an Apple Internet Radio. It's the same thing what the mixed radio does. So is that the way we can just get the same amount of channels what you get on a Nokia Internet Radio for Symbian Bell devices on the Windows phone devices? So is it going to be anything different for the mixed radio?
That's a very good question. I don't know if I should say fortunately for the camera. Could say unfortunately if you had a different hat on. 3 different platforms here, and I think this is it may be a bit negative for people looking at different platforms. However, when we created music, it was completely platform agnostic. So on our more affordable devices, so our S40 range, so the Asha 303, we've just had the over-the-air client. Fantastic, and the Asha 303 has the Wi-Fi and 3G. Fantastic, so we've got that market covered. And it has the same 14.5 million catalogue reach wherever we go.
Screens. Yeah.
So what we've got here, so with Symbian Bell, let me go to my, this is my home screen here, so I've got an internet radio. So we actually built for S40 touch type, and Symbian 3 internet radio, and that app is available through the...
It's there on the Nokia store. It's there on the Nokia store.
So that's there. That was built by Nokia people using the standard internet radio. So that's standard internet radio. What we did for our N9, and let me just go into, so what we've got here, we actually, this is the same team now. We created a different UI here based on the feedback here. So we've got a glorious UI. From this here, I can go into music to download, songs, albums. Yeah, that's the download story. But here I've got OV music. So this is going through the rebranding. Listen to, discover, and download new music. Dance radio, rock radio, pop radio. So this is at a genre level. This was partnered with Orpeo Radio.
So that can do a similar sort of thing then, that'll stream?
This is exactly right. So we realised a year ago developing this, that streaming radio is going to be more prevalent than the download. So as you can see there, we have straight away on the front page, options to download singles, albums, top singles and albums.
Well, download's buying.
Download's purchase.
But can you save that for later, or will the N9 just stream?
So the N9 with Orpeo, it only goes down to genre, and this is where we dialed in and thought, genre's good, but it's not cutting the mustard. 5 skips and people leave, and we saw that. So from here, it was quite simple for us that we paired with Orpeo. That was good, had a good coverage for us. Genre was good. This was the first stepping stone in our thinking. But then the next revelation for us was that we have to make it a lot more personal. We have to go from genre to subgenre, and it was something we could actually do in-house with our catalogue. So now we've used Orpeo successfully here, but everything of the mix radio is in-house Nokia. So it's the same people, it's the same platform, the same designers which have worked on the S40, Symbian Bell, N9, and now the mix radio, giving us this. So that was a long answer to your question. Is this going to come to Symbian Bell? I can't actually speculate on future roadmaps. I think for the time being, we're going to look at this as this is our new platform. We have internet radio there available through the Nokia store, which is serving. But are we going to see offline caching?
That's the thing which you have in the mixed radio. But my question was the reverse way. So you have a million number of channels on Nokia internet radio where you have based on regions. So on mixed radio, is there any customization which I can do based on my country, my locality, pick up the channels, there I stream it?
Because we've got this hierarchy, and this is genre, so this is genre, subgenre. Right, okay, subgenre. I could go, let's have a think. Because all the metadata is there, then I can chop that metadata. So for the Indian store, the search parameter is not artist title, it was Bollywood film. So then we implemented that. Our dev team said, look, hold on, it doesn't work. It's searched by Bollywood film title that we've done. So because of the metadata is there, it's given to us by all their record labels, then we've got a two-stacked approach here, genre, subgenre. We could go Bollywood and then region. So I could go Bollywood region. So if I've gone to Mumbai, and that's where I live, I want to search by Bollywood region. So I only want to pull out the Bollywood films in that region. Well, we've got that metadata, so why can't we do it? I think the important thing to note here is that we have a two-step level. So whether that's apples and bananas, subgenre, genre, subgenre, Bollywood sub-region, because it's only the metadata behind it that we can then create. So that's no commitment to future deliveries, but I'm just putting it out there that this is the structure that we have, and let's best articulate that to serve our consumers.
It would be nice if even I could get the language, because there are a number of languages and people listen to their own languages in internet radio. If mixed radio picks up that streams too, it would be even better for us.
Yeah, and the localization is key for the Asher. Don't think I guess Asher 303 QWERTY keyboard. I can't tell you the answer, but guess how many keyboard variations there are made of that? And it's not just one or two. So the localization is key. The localization is key in the hardware, and that's key in our services. So obviously we need to think of language support. It's not just the language support of Nokia Music, we also have to think of the language support of the Windows operating system. So there is a hierarchy here. I'd love to go to obscure country X, but then I still have to align to the Windows operating system language. So Middle East Africa, that sort of area is not yet. So therefore, the ability to deploy a store there if the language is not supplied. So there is a bit of a pecking order. Obviously India's up there, China, but there is a pecking order there that we still have to align to.
So, are you planning to compete with the likes of Pandora or Spotify, or are you heading this direction with the mixed radio? Or
So what's the key differentiator for Pandora then? Streaming radio? Slacker? I mean, do any of these guys do offline?
Spotify, yeah.
Okay, but what do you do on Spotify? What's the discovery engine on Spotify?
They recommend you a few new stuff. You can listen by decade.
I mean, the question is that you're competing with them right now, or you're creating something totally new. You see?
Yeah, I think it's two-phase. And this was the story I was going to tell. So my mate Mark, he's a tall guy, no hair with glasses, loves music. And I was like, what do you listen to? What do you listen to? So at the moment, apart from ringing him up, I rely on him from his last FM feed into Facebook. And I got to remember to go and check there to find his top 3 artists. Wow, so that's using Last FM and Facebook, and I've got to go there to find what he's listening to. That's quite painful. Wouldn't it be great if we could capture data like that or similar to it and get that into a playlist? So I know it's said about Slacker with Pandora, Spotify, they do offline, but I want to listen to this and I listen to this. Music from the 90s, well,
Okay, got it.
you know, so there are some subtle differences there. It is something unique. It's a different way of presenting a discovery video. I mean, we're bombarded by music from multiple different places, and we think that's only going to get even more bombarded because there's so many channels open to us. Even the music on TV. I mean, I'm listening to The Mentalist thinking, and I'm shazamming The Mentalist thinking, what is this track? The music, it's not like music, get CD, rip CD, listen to CD. I mean, I had a mini disc just as Napster kicked off. I had a Sony 3000 ES separate mini disc. So I lost a lot of money.
Another question. In everyday life, how much music can you listen to on your phone, browse, do some Wi-Fi, emails and stuff, so the phone doesn't die at the middle of the day?
So this is a battery question.
Yeah. Do you have like an experience on the music side, how much the battery goes?
Unfortunately, that's don't want this to come back as negative because I needed people and money. It's
Okay.
one of those lengthy piece of strings. If I've got Bluetooth on, I've got my Wi-Fi on, I'm streaming.
I'm just asking from your personal experience, like you go through a day or you have to charge your phone within a day?
Okay. So for my journey, I'm normally up. I'm in the office. The Wi-Fi is pretty close, so like the power. I'm not yet. Okay, I've got the NFC thing. I've got developers next to me, so I can't use this. So the Bluetooth is switched off. My Wi-Fi's there.
Using headphones?
Yeah, I've got the lovely Nokia J.
Yeah.
This thing, take it out the cradle and it switches on. So this lasts for days. For me, as a heavy user, then I charge this up at night out of routine more than necessity. It's just get home, plug it in.
Okay.
So we have these. I've just been given these, so I've got my battery backups. But I mean, all of mine. I mean, let's. That's not bad. So that was this morning. Can you see that?
No.
Sorry. That was there. Let's pass this one around. That's not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's good. You have like more than 3/4.
Yeah.
Jalen's been using that.
That has been on Wi-Fi, but I haven't been downloading it. So that's
Nearly
been
full
connected.
charge.
So hopefully that's not the picture of me with a gun.
No, there must be another one.
Down to it.
It's also cool.
So with me, I mean, they're my. So this one is still 3/4, and that's Wi-Fi all day. This one I haven't been. That's been connected, but I haven't been downloading. And then this one, to be honest, let's have a look. So lovely Symbian Bell. I have my notifications. Okay, that's why I'm just on mobile data. So that hasn't moved off of full, but I'm not on wireless LAN. I'm not on Bluetooth. So that's there. Right, more questions. Sure. It's been a long day, hasn't it? No air. But I mean, you've seen the NFC, beautiful NFC, touch, go, beautiful. Get two of these, pair that up, that's cool. Has anybody seen this?
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I love that.
I got it, I thought, what's this?
What is it, Bluetooth headset?
Yeah.
So this is the Bluetooth NFC, so you have the NFC thing there, tap, and so
Does it have NFC?
yes,
Yeah, this one has a power source.
then you see the little,
Oh yeah,
and then it's the in the ear.
So you've got a microphone.
yeah, it's just supposed to be here.
So a lovely device. I mean, and the colour, the amazing colours that have coming through now. Coming back to the design, it's not just like someone made a bit of a comment at me wearing these, but someone stole my blue ones.
Nice
so
action.
they went. Like,
It's just 2:30, so we can switch in to the next group. Or
I think everybody's here. I mean,
No, there's folk guard.
I'm going to do this all over again. Okay, right. Well, if there's no more questions, I don't suppose you could just roll that tape and stick it in here.
It'll be on YouTube in half an hour if you want to put them on.